start thinking about what your opponent is thinking and go through that mental gymnastics. And then you go into exactly what you were saying, the preparation, the thinking about, okay, if I lead this Pokemon, what is the worst case scenario? What's my response? Having the response makes it so that you're more calculated and not just moving around on your feet and getting caught on your heels, you know what I mean?
It might look like a real-time game, and in a way it is, but Pokemon Go is still turn-based. The difference here is that a turn lasts just 1 second. So you have 1 second, 2 seconds, even sometimes a half a second to make a response. So the initial build-up here is so critical for getting the right strategy in mind before the game even begins.
Yeah, and we've seen throughout the day these amazing catches, and as we're into this battle here, it is going to be the Azumarill versus the Medicham, and this isn't the worst case scenario because Medicham is decent against the Azumarill.
Absolutely, Medicham able to reach level 50 in the Great League just like the Azumarill is. It does have such great stat product, and it can hang in this matchup even though the typings are not favorable.
Yeah, in the one shield matchup, it can do some damage versus the Azumarill as we see the play rough straight away, not messing around, and this Medicham lets it go.
Medicham loses a lot of HP there from that charge move from the Azumarill, but it's going to look to strike again with another Psychic, and here we go, just one turn before that Ice Beam was ready.
Oh my goodness, this is actually the no shield here by kiengiv, and the Azumarill gonna just try to get to this Ice Beam and probably throw it because this is, oh, in a swap, banking that energy to use it more efficiently later, swapping, and now there's a swap in response to the Whale Rain.
kiengiv reaches for the Sableye. He gets there quickly, and he's 2 Shadow Claws ahead. It looks like the Walreign's gonna start to apply some pressure here with the Icicle Spear, and it does draw that first Protect Shield.
Yeah, and the Walrein is the Shadow variant, but the Sableye did get a little bit of energy advantage by swapping out earlier. So these foul plays are going to start adding up. We're going to see if DiJon is going to have to commit a Protect Shield or let it go, and just letting it go.
Whoa, Walrein down into the red now. Now you have to start thinking about the fast move pressure. Are the Shadow Claws going to come through? You can't shield the Shadow Claws, and are they going to KO the Walrein before you get to another move? Here comes Icicle Spear drawing another shield, Butters.
kiengiv really valuing the Sableye here. Going to try to go for the farm down. And will it get it with the Shadow Claw? It just needs another Shadow Claw to get the Walrein down, and it does. Really emphasizing the Sableye here. Got a lot of energy, but no Protect Shields remaining. 2 Protect Shields remaining.
Wow, look at this positioning, down 2 shields, but out comes the Sableye, now in a mirror match, but there are significant differences here. 2 Protect Shields on the right side, no shields on the left, but an abundance of energy.
Yeah, and this is hard. You're going to have to either soak up this energy or shield this energy, and it's going to be so hard to farm down the Sableye. How are you going to deal with the rest of this health of kiengiv's Sableye?
Now, this is late game counting. This is knowing the pacing late in the match. Oh my goodness, a switch! Coming in with the play rough.
Combo move, play rough incoming, super effective into the Sableye. It chokes it so hard. The Sableye is almost gone, but it's going to get this farm down. It's going to be able to farm down the Azumarill. This Medicham's very healthy, but Sableye is going to be coming in at a swap, trying to catch the move. Wasn't quite at it yet. Now this Sableye needs to get to a foul play to finish this matchup.
Sableye mirror, but look at this, the strike from kiengiv. This is going to be enough to KO the Sableye with just 1 HP remaining. Wow.
What a matchup. kiengiv basically 2v3ing Azumarill and Sableye, taking game number 1.
I did not see that play coming. It was not on my radar. It just flew under the radar until it happened. But you know what? If there was one way you're going to escape, because that looked really, really bleak. You had a healthy Sableye with 2 shields, a Medicham that has a really awful matchup, and a weakened Sableye with a few foul plays. I mean, it looked really grim for King, and that was the only win condition.
Yeah, and I think that the way King played that was extremely high level, because most players are all familiar with these different matchups. You're familiar with the Medicham versus the Azumarill matchup, and he played out that 0 shield where he basically took out the Azumarill but banked a play rough for later. And that is such a smart decision to make in this stage here, because you've already done your damage, you've already won the Medicham matchup, and by banking that play rough, you're able to land it on the Sableye and almost sure up that matchup as well. What a way to turn around a neutral matchup into your favor.
And you know, when King made that switch out, I didn't really know what the strategy was, what the plan was, what he saw in DijontheDjinn's team composition that made him think that was a good play. But, you know, we got to see the dividends of that later. We head into the next match. Cradily on the field versus the Shadow Walrein.
Yeah, it is the Cradily here, and this is a bad matchup. You see both Pokemon are doing super effective fast moves, but the wall rain is just going to get to these icicle spheres faster. This is the shadow wall rain. It's really going to force shields onto this Crawdilly.
I know, it's so exciting. You see the super effective damage from that icicle spear, and Crawdilly is going to return fire here with the grass knot. Both of these charge attacks are super effective, so regardless, I think we're likely to see a shield from kiengiv.
Yeah, did get the shield there and swapped into the Sableye. Going to try to soak up this wall rain energy, but this, and then swap, trying to catch the foul play. Really big play by King there, but didn't throw it, and now just the returns are going to be coming in.
Yeah, great counting there, trying to absorb that resisted charge attack, and here we see the return coming through. We already spent one protect shield, got to save the second one for a rainy day.
Yeah, and at this point, though, the Azumarill is getting close to return range. These Shadow Claws are just adding up, and the next return is going to do a good amount of damage, and the Sableye is in play rough range, doesn't commit a shield, does last second.
DijontheDjinn deciding to protect that Sableye. We've seen the play rough. It's devastating to the Dark and Ghost type, and now he's able to gather additional energy in throwing right before the Ice Beam. Look at the awareness here from our trainer on the right.
It's kind of crazy. As Sableye is up energy and shields, it can kind of handle this Azumarill because of the Shadow Claws and the return being so good. It's such a good Pokemon. How are you going to deal with it? You're going to have to take it out with Icicle Spear if you are kiengiv.
Now, how does King respond here? Decides to come in with the wall rain. He does have a lot of energy banks, and he's actually going to throw the Icicle Spear. I think this might just barely be enough due to that Shadow bonus.
Yeah, the Shadow bonus doing 20% more last second shield. I can't believe that because there is another one available,
no!
And the Sableye is caught on it. Back to back by kiengiv to take out Dijon Sableye.
Icicle Spear strikes again. Sableye gets KO'd. What incredible awareness there by kiengiv to throw the back-to-back. Here comes the wall rain. Now we're in the mirror match, but kiengiv's wall rain is very weak.
Yeah, Shadow v Shadow wall rain. Oh my goodness, what a swap!
Look at these swaps catching the Earthquake on the Crawdilly. DijontheDjinn is not done yet.
My goodness, that was neutral because of the typing, but does take it out. And now this is going to be Wall Rain versus Wall Rain once again, but there is a Sableye in the back. That was Dijon's only chance, going for the Earthquake here, going for a lot of energy to take out a little bit of Wall Rain, though.
The Icicle Spears are double resisted, so it doesn't seem like a good play to throw those. And now comes the Sableye. Now we have to come back down to reality. The Sableye does still have a shield. Wall Rain has to put in a lot of work in order to win this matchup.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Wall Rain is up on energy, but at this point, King can try to get to that return. Just has to get to that return before two more Icicle Spears come out. No, goes for the foul play, actually. Gonna try to go for foul play farm down?
I think the foul play plus Shadow Claw combination might be enough. This is a Shadow Wall Rain, so it will take a lot of damage. Look at that, dips all the way down into the red. DijontheDjinn, he needs two moves. He's not gonna get them.
My goodness, what a match. kiengiv taking that 2-0 in this series.